In this video, we are going to see the topic on additive persistence. So, what is mean by additive persistence means you will get clear idea when you see the example. Like the example is like we taken a number like 1, 2, 3, 4. So, the number is consists of 4 digits number. So, it is a 4-digit number. So, what is meant by additive persistence means here we need to make like this, like we need to sum of all the digits. Like in the first iteration I am summing all the digits like 1, 2, 3, 4. So the result means the sum of all the digits is 10. Again to the sum we need to perform again addition between the digits like 1 and 0. When we perform addition with 1 and 0, we are going to get as 1. So the ultimate theme is like the additive persistence means we need to make the number of digits to single digits by making the addition between the digits. Number of iterations or cycles it is going to take to become a single digit by performing the addition between the digits again and again. So it is known as the additive persistence. So we need to write the program to find the number of iterations to become a single digit. For this purpose, let us take few variables of integer type. In this printf I am advising user like this: enter the number, enter number. I am going to scan in this num variable. Now here I am doing like, so it is I am adding like in the reverse fashion, like when the num is modular division with 10, the remainder is 4, then I am going to add that 4 to some variable like sum equals to num modular division with 10 plus I am going to add again with the number which is previously in the sum variable like sum. So meaning of this means let initially the sum equals to 0, let it be, and count it be also 0. So what is the meaning of this step means, so when modular division with 10, here we get the remainder 4, the 4 is adding with the 0. Later what I am doing is like very next step what I am going to do, like I am cancelling this 4 by when the num is divided with 10, the quotient is 1, 2, 3 here, like num equals to num divided by 10. At every iteration I am going to cancel out the last digit which is of in the right side, like at first iteration the 4 is getting cancelled, later 3, later 2, and at last it is of with 1. So it is a common operation, so I am using help of the loops like while when the num is like when this 1 is divided with 10, then we are going to stop the iterations, like when this 1 is divided with 10 the quotient is 0 point something. So I want to perform up to when num greater than the 0. Now inside of the brackets I am giving this code 0 iteration, when the sum is equals to 0 I am adding with the remainder value which is 4 and again copying into the same variable like sum. Now sum is of 4, at here the 4 is getting cancelled, again it is checking is num is greater than 0 or not. Yes, 1, 2, 3 is a greater than 0, again it is coming the inside of this loop, like again 1, 2, 3 is dividing with modular division with 10, then the remainder is 3, the 3 is adding with the sum, the previous value of the sum is like 4 plus 3 which is 7 is again copying into this sum variable. Now sum is of is 7, again we are going to cancel out with 3 by this step. Later we perform up to the 1. This is a code for this first iteration. To count the number of iterations I am going to take one another loop, like at outer loop let it be while. So I am giving the condition later. Inside of this while I'm giving this while, this bunch of code. Now after completion of this iteration, what is the meaning of like, we need to count the iteration values. So let it be count plus plus. So now the sum value is 10. Again we need to use this code. Now the 10 is storing in the sum variable. Again I am going to copy the sum value into this num variable, like the num equals to sum. So the 10 is again copying into the num variable. So again we need to empty the sum value, like we need to use this code again and again, this while loop, the inside while loop again and again, like this. Here we need to check for is num is of with one digit or not. So the meaning of one digit means the digit is should be lesser than the 10. So we need to continue this while loop up to the num greater than or equals to the 10. So the while loop is false when it is become the less than 10, means the meaning of is like it is becoming a single digit. Here like at first iteration it is becoming the count equals to 1. Again the sum is copying into the num like 10. Again sum becoming the 0. Later it is coming to the while loop condition, is num is greater than or equals to 10, or it is checking. So it is equals to 10 again. So it is true. Then it is again continuing the looping, like again it is performing this loop. So out of this again the count is going to increase by 2. Later the sum is equals to, here the sum is equals to 1, which is again copying into the num variable. Again sum becoming 0. It is checking like here 1 is less than 10, so which is false. Out of this we need to print the value of the count. So if I run the program, you can see here, enter the num. Let us use the same example number like 1 2 3 4. If I press enter, you can see here, to perform the additive persistence to this number, it is taking 2 cycles or 2 iterations to become the single digit. So let us check for one phone number, like enter. You can see for 10 nines it is taking 3 iterations to become a single digit. So this is all about the additive.